Collective, back at it with another live stream. Right? And you guys, I really believe you got this week down, right? Like you're not there yet all the way, but I have confidence. All right, you got this. It's feeling like it's almost Friday, you guys. But here's the sitch. We do have, speaking of Friday, all right, an actual portal. I don't know if we've actually talked about that outside of the Facebook group. You guys, if you're saying what Facebook group, please and thank you. Check the description box below and catch up, would you? All right, we're having a lot of laughs and a lot of informative goings on over there, if I do say so myself. Love and light, Geet. Much love and light, babe. Thank you so much. Thanks for hopping on. I hope you are feeling as amazing as you truly are. And I do want to thank you, Geet, and everyone else. We are officially monetized for the channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right. With your assistance in that, with your assistance, love and light, Valencia, in actually just kind of, you know, turn a blind eye to it if you gotta, but please, I would really appreciate you guys actually allowing for the advertisements to play. I know that may be a little bit like bittersweet, but you guys, the more that we do this, hear me out, the more we can actually share what we got going on here. Okay, and why that's important is because we're connected to those that have yet to come, perhaps, right? And so the mission ultimately is, of course, above and beyond the channel. And of course, we've all got our part to play in that. So thank you for those that really understand that, you believe in that, you're backing that, and making it a thing. And you guys, I bring it up because we're doing it together. And I think that's pretty amazing. Gosh, you guys know, I literally do have the understanding that I have the best collective hands down. So just the same though, you know what? I'm not for everyone, right? We know what we're doing around these parts is we're doing the work because we're here to get the bag and everything in it and to bless our people above and beyond even our own wildest expectations, you might say. All right. But when we do have a hand in it, and it is often the case, we know with our birth rate energy, of course, you know, originating out of source. Some may say God, goddess, the universe, higher self. However, it all makes sense for you to describe the indescribable, really, but I digress. You know, divinity backing you, of course, is a thing here. And so we like to live like it. We love to look like it and sound like it and smell like it, right? So that's who's here. That is the collective. We stand together, and I, on a personal note, stand for that. In case you wondered, all right, much love and light, collective. And I do see that we have some in here that I have not seen in a while. So much love and light to you. Thank you for coming on. I am mindful to try to come on at different times of the day, but bear with your girl. The schedule just is what it is or isn't for the time being, but this too shall pass. All right. So again, thank you for watching the advertisements. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for coming on like you do and hitting the like and just being part of this. You know, it doesn't really work so well without you. I personally wouldn't want to do it without you. In case you wondered, still at this juncture. And of course, I'm not here for me. I'm here to be here with you and whatever that may mean while we're together with our beautiful energetic exchanges that do happen, of course, on the live stream, but in general course through the channel. All right. And if you would like more access to more energy, please check out the other social media platforms. The links are definitely inserted into the description box below each and every one of the videos on the channel. Just to keep you guys abreast of the situation, right? So anything you may wonder about your girl or how to do what, right? You might actually seriously figure that out in the description box, you guys. I intended it to be that way, just saying, all right? So please, thank you as well, but do have a look at that to see what all ever you might be missing out on otherwise, right? Knowledge is power, they say, and sharing is caring. So there's that, all right? But much love and light, you guys. I want to see if I don't think I have any mods on here, so you guys bear with me. For those that aren't aware, during the live streams, quite unfortunately, I am not always able to view the chat box. Thank you so much for the congratulations, but also, I mean, congratulations to you just the same. You guys, literally, we're doing this together, right? So this is the epitome of what I'm talking about when I say, like, your wins are my wins are your wins, because we're all connected, we're all in this together. So again, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. All right, we're doing this and we are amazing. I love that for us. All right, so I'm going to go on ahead and ring the bell here for those that maybe aren't really understanding what the heck does the bell ringing mean. Okay, please check that description box. You wouldn't want to miss out on getting your free tarot message today. And you know, I don't want that for you either. So long story short, if you're still unfamiliar with the live stream rules, they are found in the description box below. All right, thank you for making yourselves familiar with them. So it makes my job on here all the more easier. Okay, because I don't know about you, collective, but like seriously, working simply and solely hard, not really the option. And I'm a very hard worker, if I do say so myself, but I definitely have been telling the universe, listen, we gotta smarten up here, right? And work a lot smarter, and hopefully ultimately way less harder, but you know, it is what it is. So thank you guys for all of your assistance. I really do not believe that I could do it without you guys. And I love that you guys now are basically like part of the teaching example of like how we literally are connected, and how we literally have the capacity, the capabilities, dare I say the skill set to win. Okay, as we came here to do. And that's why I'm so passionate, you guys. I'm like, not on my watch. Nobody's giving up on my watch, right? Just like we don't abuse tarot around here, we don't abuse each other. Same deal, right? Very important to get that and keep those boundaries about yourselves. And really that's coming through the channeling, because we've got to talk today about some things inclusive of this portal energy that is actually tomorrow. All right, is the beginning of the portal. Okay, for those that are unfamiliar, that's the 6/6 portal. Heavy manifestation vibes portal. All right, so you want to get specific and you want to get confident about your ability to be specific, and about your worthiness and ability to receive whatever the specific is. Okay, and you don't have to let the cat out of the bag. That can be between you and the universe. All right, protect that ish. Okay, level might eat me. Welcome, welcome. So if no one has a question at this juncture, no worries. I will again ring the bell. I don't see anyone in here, but I do want to let you know, if I should have actually accidentally skipped over you, definitely was accidentally, not intentionally. And I will be mindful to check the box in due time, of course. And same deal with ringing the bell, no worries. But you guys, 1010 could be a number of some significance, or a number, dare I say, of confirmation. All right. Here's the sitch. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're just simply tired of other people projecting their supposed observations of you, when really the more apt way to state that is their projections onto you, if that makes sense. Okay, about who you are, perhaps, right? About who you should be, also, perhaps. Okay, and you know what you got going on. But whoever I'm speaking to from the collective, you know, pulling from current energies, this is part of the word crisis comes to mind, but this could be really the after effects of you having been on this journey towards your state of new. Okay, now whether that is you physically relocating from one state to the next, if that makes sense to say for you, where your location is and what you know you got going on, then you know you're tapped in. This is your message. Okay, but it doesn't have to be the case, you guys. You just sense that even if your will was taken out of the situation, which I'm not saying it is, my goodness, but just to be clear, whoever I'm speaking to, you resonate with the inevitable change, whether you can lay specificity to that change, right? Like, oh, I just know that I know 3 weeks from now I'm going to have a brand new job, right? But at the same time, having had that come through the channeling, it's like whoever I'm speaking to, you understand that that could very well be the case. Not that you were planning for it. Not that you were necessarily intending for that to be the case. All right. But there is this energy of new upon you. Okay. Now, when I looked at the cards here, I do see a lot of the portal activation still very much underway from our last portal. Okay. I pulled some of the very same cards from the activation deck, but it was a little bit different because on the tail end of it, the final outcome, there was an integration of a new aspect to the situation. And again, you guys bear with, this is me trying to describe and explain energy, which doesn't have words, to be clear. Right. But whoever I'm speaking to, you were born with that it quality. You know, maybe people weren't so quick to tell you this, but it's giving studies show. Like, I don't know if that's actually like a game show reference, or sources say. I'm not sure exactly what was that. That's like an old TV show. I mean, TV game show. But either way, you would be described in your tarot readings, perhaps as having that main person character, right? You would be the type of person where it's like you walk around, you wish you could just get into the room and then right back out. But it's a process, because you're going to get in the room and people are going to feel you. Then they're going to see you. Then they're going to look at you like, what is that, perhaps? Or they're going to stare at you like, I'm mesmerized and need more, perhaps. Meanwhile, you're just trying to really actually find the real butter in the grocery store, because you know that's what you need over some of the other stuff, perhaps, that they got selling there. Okay? Speaking in code, guys. All right. So this message from the universe that clearly wants to come out because it's in my hand, all right, says, do you want to know what's really beautiful? Confidence. Do you want to know what's really powerful? Persistence. Do you want to know what's really sexy? Not needing to be needed. Let that simmer a bit. Not needing to. So gone are the days where we run the old programming, which goes like, man, as long as they need me, I know I'm loved, because they're using me and taking from me and draining me out. Right? Okay. Because we're in new earth here. Welcome. You made it. Okay. Not everybody gets to come and play here. Just so serious. All right. But you've got to have your moxie here, honey, whether guy, girl, what have you. Step up, stand up, light up, perhaps, whatever that may mean. But really, we're talking about star quality. You could resonate as being a star seed. You could resonate as being really intending, speaking in code here, to maintain balance in your perception of not being aggravated. Right? Okay. Again, that goes back to this life being more spiritual than you may realize, yes, but also the energy of the situation. There's a lot to integrate here in current energies. And your advice here is to turn on your love light, all right? Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. And who are we loving on first? Well, with that 10-10 energy, that tells me endings and new beginnings. So if the old versions of ourselves, perhaps, right? Perhaps, not here to word curse, but you know if it resonates or not, honey. And you can use it or take it with a grain of salt if you must. All right. But many people here, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, are ex-people pleasers. Yeah. So, you know, the people pleaser paradigm that goes like, let me figure it out for everyone and their mother first, right? And then me last. Well, that's not it. Not on the menu. Not even in the energy. Okay, do you understand now? This is why you're being called to it, because you're being called to play catch up. All right. Into the what? The now space. Okay. And here's the sitch. Regarding people, when it comes to choosing who stands or sits or lays down in your life, in your utopia, mind you, because many of us know we've been really kind of intending to craft this tailor-made, even because we've got the approval of divine forces who are very much in assistance to us actually co-creating this experience, aka the utopia in the new earth, right? Going back to your birthright package of really essentially having it your way now. Okay, this is the now. All right, now I know, honey, the history hasn't been there where you've had it your way, right? Whether this was BK or anybody else. Okay, maybe somebody's initials do have a B and or a K, right? Or KB comes to mind. But the divine wants you to know special orders don't upset us. Okay, you're free here. And I know. You would think that your freedom actually coincided with all things really being in pristine perfection. That ain't here, honey, though. Like, the only way you're kind of infusing any aspect of perfection into this realm is through the divinity that backs you. All right? So take the pressure off, if that makes sense, because you already have that backing. Again, birthright package makes sense. But when it comes to choosing who will be in your life, you want to pay attention. Do these people celebrate you? Do they benefit from you to then celebrate you, or do they celebrate you just in general course without any of the kickback or any of the expectations or manipulations, right? You will be able to see, especially if you ask for the assistance too, all right, at this juncture, quite clearly who is for you and who is not. And you know what? That might hurt like hell. Not gonna lie to you. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh my, it was you the whole time, right? Another person's out there going, I came out of you. Like, what do you mean? Like, you never loved me? Like, you know, it's a lot, right? Here's the sitch. It's going to be even more in like a very bad, low vibes kind of way if you don't address the clarity being afforded unto you now and stop not addressing whatever the issue is on the other side of that clarity, or whatever the next steps should be, right? The judgment, perhaps. You're going to make judgment calls, okay? Because here's the sitch. You're in charge. So of course you got to make judgment calls. You're co-creating with divine forces. Of course you get to make decisions because you have free will and you're backed by power. Makes sense? All right. So special orders do not upset divinity. Get specific. Get confident about your receiving same and your worthiness to do just that. Okay. Today you are a magnet collective for infinite abundance, divine intelligence, and unlimited love. Okay, now many of you I know probably just look to the left to try to figure out, did you see a body? You maybe are not going to see bodies here. All right, if you're looking left or right or up or down. Okay, but you have you, and where you are, divinity is connected. And both of those origins or sources or vessels are born out of love. So of course you have what you are. Make sense? Okay. Actually, this has always been true. This has always been the case, collective. They make cards about it. Okay, this has always been true. No falsity here. However, in moon cycles past, perhaps, all right, we've all been there. I'm not judging, only live in light. I wouldn't want the karma. You, in spite of the truthing, didn't align to the truth, wasn't aware of the truth, wasn't carrying that actual perspective of truth being truthful. General collective message. I have to say it a few different ways, right? But the universe is saying, like, literally, like, you got the keys to the streets now. You are building these streets. How would you not have the keys? How would you not get specific? No matter how much money or love you've made and or lost in this game called life, right? In this earth plane school, okay? In this training ground, some might say, all right? Irregardless of the numbers, crunch them if you wanna, okay? But might be wasting time, because instead you could just make more, and the universe has placed down the approval for that too, in case you wondered. All right. Now, to find out how much you've truly been blessed with in terms of love, time, energy, talent, joy, and abundance, confidence, intelligence, wit, or any other quality, substance, or dispensation, you've got to give of it. Oh, it's kind of like how we say you got to have it. You got to have it to have it, right? You've got to already possess it to have it. Okay, you've got to already align with it intentionally, consciously, to the point where you align with it ultimately, physically. Then once you get to really understanding how that works, okay, you guys, we're all on different parts of the path. This is the general collective message. If you're a part of the collective, listen up, okay? Take what resonates, get what you can get out of this. This is your message, okay, just to be clear. But at that point, collective, when you are really kind of like in it to win it, you got your head in the game, you are tapped in, you're woke, as some might say. All right, you're going to know what it means to live boundlessly. Now, that does not mean without boundaries, right? Just because you have boundaries about yourselves, collective, does not have to equate to being restricted. Okay, not for you. Probably for the karmics that are trying to drain you energetically, financially, emotionally, right? Yeah. But and what of it? Because they don't get to go, and you should not be trying to bring them to where you're headed, where you just have arrived. It might be more apt to state, or where you've been, depending on who I'm speaking to here today from the collective. All right. So the universe is saying, get specific, get confident, get bold. All right. Honor your moxie. Okay. There could be some significance to mountains. You could live near mountains. You could collect rocks. You could have recently visited some waterfalls. And if I recall correctly from one of my recent visits, hey, I'm part of the collective too. I think these are called wedding cake falls, okay, because of the way that they're kind of layered there. So that's pretty neat. I love the water, you guys. Now, I was guided to the runes for modern life deck. We have one card and it's a pretty great one. I'm gonna let me just check. Yeah, no, we're good. There's no nudity, no nip slip. Okay, I'm just going to show you this card and I want you to soak it all in. I'm not going to say anything just yet. I want you to soak it all in. And again, this is representative of the rune that you got through this card deck. Sounds weird to say, I know, but it's not traditional runes. What do you want me to, you know, I can't, it is what it is, right? But look at this. Ain't it grand? Okay. So now if none of this tickles your fancy, okay, insert here what would, okay? But Fehu is about that life, all right? Fehu is about abundance. I mean, everything that we just went through, okay? Infinite abundance, divine intelligence, and unlimited love. Love, time, energy, talent, joy, abundance, confidence, intelligence, wit, any other quality, substance, or dispensation. So what you have to do to give of it, okay, to this Fehu energy, is believe that is you, right? Now, I get it. Not everybody wants to be, you know, near a pool, perhaps. Not everybody wants to be even in the city. Not everybody wants a dog, right? Make it fit for you, honey bun. I mean, my goodness. They don't make decks where, like, for each individual in existence, the card is depicted accurately. Forgive me, but I haven't seen it. But work with what you got. Here's the synchronicity. Tap in, you guys. Work with what you got until you are living out your freaking wildest dreams. Okay? Because it's not off the table for you. It is not. Now, here's the sitch. Here goes you doing your part, babe. Because, you know, I don't know if you thought you were done or if you just need a pep talk to keep going, I'm not here to judge. I don't even need to know which is which, or the what is the what, or whatever words are saying right now. Okay. But we got this gardener, speaking of words. All right. Somebody could be a gardener. Somebody could enjoy gardening, but really this is talking about each and every one of you really taking in this message. Long story short, in the realm of spiritual, okay, and even in the realm of oracle cards, just to be more concise, okay, when we're talking about gardening, we're almost always talking about cycles, whether they're ending, beginning. We're talking about accountability, authenticity. We're talking about shadow work, fighting demons, perhaps, right? You know, all of that jazz, okay? And again, you're in charge here. See how, you know, there's no representation of spirit. Or is there? Well, it depends on your perception. Which will you choose? Okay. The one where you do it always and in all ways by yourself, or even the one where it's just you and every now and again you get some help from divinity because according to your believability about this experience or this even illustration. My goodness. We got to fix this, I think. All right. Because here's the sitch. Same picture. I didn't switch it. There's no hologram. Like, seriously, right? There's a glare. Forgive me, right? But seriously, same deal. And I need you to know, outside, inclusive of the air, is the depiction of spirit backing you, of divinity backing you. And it is also just the same simultaneously a depiction of the spirit, the source, okay, the God, the deity, the higher self. Oh, I know it's tricky, right? That's on the inside of you. Okay, so now outside and inside, all at once, always and in all ways, divinity backs you. To be clear, whether you're guy, girl, what have you, whether you're gardening or not, okay? But when you are gardening, I need you to know that's when you live that boundless life. And that's what everyone, inclusive of source, God, goddess, your higher selves, your ancestors, the angelic realm, all things divine, whether above or below, all right, are wanting for you. And here's some cheat codes for those willing and able to do the work. I'm seriously going to tell you this, all right? I'm going to go out on a limb. If you're still here with me, you're not only willing, but you're damn sure able to do the work, all right? So listen up. We've got reparenting yourself, sexuality, which I got to cover that card, and spiritual maturity coming out of the deck for you. The gardener, okay? At this stage, you know, you're still on the tail end, as it were, of allowing the old to dissipate, all right, and making room for the new to then integrate, okay? Just to be clear, they made cards about it, okay? So you're literally in this integration phase still, all right? These are the cards. I'm not here to manipulate the cards, you guys. These cards came out last time we checked about the last portal. We keep having them back to back. Okay. So it makes sense, energy being fluid and all, that there is some sort of transference or some lingering even, depending on the type of energy and who I'm reading for. All right. So the frequency of integration supports your embrace of every aspect of yourselves, allowing what you perceive as positive and what you perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. There's that utopia creation. There's that new earth building. All right. Building with divinity, not without it. I mean, again, to be clear, all right, man's is in a red vest with jeans. You see him there? He got the hat. Okay. But everywhere else, inclusive of the air, is the depiction of the divinity right there, backing, supporting, assisting with learning, growing, glowing, protecting, expansion. Creativity is coming out here, as well as boundaries, resolving conflict, and the divine masculine. Now, in current energies, whoever I'm speaking to, you do need to check a little bit on the divine masculine side of whatever you got going on. And again, I'm speaking to Anyone who resonates as a guy, as a girl, or anything in between or outside of that, okay? To be clear, we all have masculine as well as feminine energies. Same deal with light as well as dark. And balance is expected now because balance is needed and balance is key. Anything outside of balance, guys, we talk about this a lot, I know. But to be clear, anything outside of balance is in the realm of toxicity. It's the no-go zone. It's not safe there. Disease happens, uneasiness happens, it's dark, it's painful, all right? And delays can happen. Nobody wants that for you. Nobody wants that for New Earth. Oh, see how important this integration is for you to just catch up, right? Build up, some of you. All right, depending on where you're at in the path. And this integration, all right, is also coming with that sidecar of frequency of remembrance, which supports your memory of everything you've gone through as a soul in a body. Oh, here's the sitch. That access provides you with certain information and tools to navigate your now space, as well as co-create it. Make sense? Okay. Now you could be seeing 11s on the strength of this one or in confirmation of this one, you guys. And really it's talking about your believability. I mean, the power of belief is enough to get you through some life or death-ish. Don't you want to know that you know that you know you're capable of navigating that power? Well, you'd have to believe. Okay, you'd have to believe you're in charge. You'd have to believe the divine would even allow for you to garden, right? I mean, could you imagine if Mans was like, you know what, God forbid he couldn't find his red vest one day, right? It's like, I can't go outside without my red vest. My red vest is my lucky vest. If I don't have my red vest, the bees might get me. If I don't have my red vest, the badger might bite me. I can't do it because I need my red, like, what are you talking about? And as funny as that is, right? Oh, ha ha, it's just a red vest, right? Plug in somebody's name you used to cry over there. Not so funny. Okay, well, same principle here though, right? The power of belief. Okay, and just to go back to that chord strike there, if you will. I mean, aren't you just as grateful to find out in, you know, time passing perhaps, that the same mofo you cried over, you realize you never needed and you mistakenly wanted them, right? Like, it just is what it is, you guys. We're here to learn and grow our soul. So even for the gardener, right, whether this is in literal or proverbial parlance or context here, has to learn, has to be triggered perhaps, right? So that there is the ability to choose to act and or react or not, right? It's training, it is progressive advancement, it's doing the work. Okay, and of course you came here to do that. You best believe it, so that you win at this, right? And this is not a doom and gloom message, but my goodness, you better believe in something or you'll fall for anything perhaps. If you're falling down all the time, it might look at the end of that you never really got up, honey. Nobody wants that. You got to get up and stay up. Stand up. All right? You deserve to be able to do that without being in the realm of toxicity, right? Have you ever heard of overarching the energy? Even if we take masculine energy off the table, overarching any energy, right? Somebody says, oh, I love you. And the next person's like, oh my God, I love you so much. I don't know what I would do if you, like if you died, and it's like the first date, like it's giving red flag, even though the person might be, crazily enough, authentically expressing their feelings of love. They've just overarched it and made love scary. See how okay? So, be mindful to be balanced in your actions, reactions, words, thoughts, and deeds, okay? That's how you create miracles, or really allow for them to just come in. They're already in existence with your name stamped on it and everything. That's why the power of belief is really freaking important on your part, on your end of things. So for those that are still kind of ferreting through, hey, do I have to earn every blessings? Even if you had to, you would have to earn them through the power of belief, honey. Okay, so just get that part clear and the rest will probably fall into place quite nicely. Okay? Now, you guys, with this portal energy, and again, that's tomorrow, the 6/6 portal. I have, I believe, posted about that in the Facebook group. The link is in the description box below. It's free, you guys. Just join, all right? If you join, please follow the rules. There's literally one question, I believe, that you've got to ask. It's me being protective over the collective. Forgive me, right? Okay? So answer the question, because if you don't, you guys, I literally, we found out the hard way. Fiona, our moderator, you can ask, she'll back me up on this. I cannot actually allow for you guys to get in without the system glitching if you did not answer that question. It is a prerequisite, it is a requirement, and even if I say, no, it's fine, I won't have the boundary, I love them so much, I'll let them slide, the software or the app, however it's more aptly stated, will glitch and you will not be able to participate in that group. So what would be the point, right? So just to be clear, you guys, if you're looking to join that Facebook group, especially if you know you've tried and you're still waiting to be let in, I cannot let you in. Please try again and actually follow the prompts, okay? Best way I can put it. But you guys could be going through some upgrades here I see in your crown chakra, as well as that sacral. You could be finding that you desire or need to desire foods, specifically of the orange, yellow, and purple varieties, okay? Vegetables definitely come to mind. Dandelion as well as peppers, you guys. An eggplant. Okay. So take of that what you will. But interestingly enough, you guys, even on the other side of these upgrades in the chakra, excuse me, the 7 and the number 2 really align quite nicely with this new energy. When you add them together, you get 9. Really talking about, again, transformation and new beginnings, okay? Now, here's where things get the most clear, because I know you guys are saying, and probably even the same chakras, right? Not gonna lie, but I'm not here to manipulate the cards. This came out last time we checked portal energy. I know, right? But I mean, first of all, can we just talk about, like, we've got Fehu and Miracles coming out, like, that's pretty, I need you guys to, like, tap in and really get behind this, like, mentally, like, this is big-ish, okay? And there is some aspect of divine masculinity that is either triggering you too often, too deeply, right? And or holding you back because of lack of confidence, perhaps, okay? You know, it's tricky with that masculine energy, if I do say so myself. And I mean, to be clear, this is not a dig on anyone or anything, but just in case anyone was wondering, like, I literally was born, like, female, okay? And I do identify as that. But even saying all of that, I know how masculine energy can F up a situation, a mindset, relationships, okay? And it's tricky because, you know, hunting and gathering will keep you and several others alive, right? But the issue is the overarching or the underarching, if that's what we're talking about. But I feel like we're talking about the overarching because I do see aspects in your current energies of aggression, like you're trying. I also see that too, okay? And so that's why I really kind of want to get through this for you, make sure on the other side you really know where the crown is that you already possess, all right? Going back to the truth of the matter, okay? And that you got it on straight because you deserve that. I mean, this life is hard enough. You might resonate with that type of sentiment, okay? However, we're fixing that too, because New Earth, that ain't the vibe. It's not the timeline, and it's not the dispensation. Not for chosen ones, not for star seeds, okay? To be clear. And so this is part and parcel of that integration of understanding what all we just kind of went through there with the channeling. And I am not unmindful that I have free readings to give you guys today. I'm very excited to afford and gift those to you. But allow me just one more minute of your time here before that bell rings again, okay? I just want to drive this home. There could be some significance to the angel number 22. That is a master number, all right? And reduces to 4. Speaks of healing, okay? Now, integration takes healing. Here's why. Did you ever have to clean a mess? Love and light ambivalence. Love and light Latoya. And if I missed saying hello, love and light to you guys, definitely not the case, okay, that I intentionally did that. I can't see the whole chat box, bear with me, and the channeling's open, so it's a little like woo with the energy and little I am being asked to integrate, to use that word, okay, in current energies, if I do say so myself. So bear with your girl, okay? But you guys, the frequency of conception invites you to bring your consciousness to your origin. There's strength in numbers about this too. Again, we're all connected. Makes sense, okay? Now, we're talking about New Earth. We're talking about you co-creating your utopia. And of course, all of this is referable to our consciousness, to be clear. It's not really talking about, well, I'm going to go to Ace Hardware and get some brick and some mortar and just jazz up a wall real quick. Right, to be clear. It's also just the same, not talking about hopping off of one planet or one rock onto the next when we say New Earth. Okay, it's consciousness. And this is why this freaking integration has been so like, what do you mean? Because you've got several timelines who are really being asked to no longer exist. Okay, same deal with aspects and perhaps full aspects of certain dimensions, not all of them. All right, so this makes me think, and I don't know if you guys will get the reference, but this was specifically the TV show version of Loki. So there was a TV series, I believe, put out through Disney, I believe it's Disney, regarding the demigod Loki, okay? And there were several tries and attempts at manipulating the timeline to allow for less detrimental damage to ultimately be the outcome. And you guys, this is what we're talking about sometimes on the channel when we're referencing the fact that there is an innumerable amount of outcomes for each and every one of our lives, our dispensations, okay? And the variables are there according to the choices that we do and or do not make, according to the truth that we do and or do not realize, okay? And so if you want to see a depiction of that, okay, with maybe without all of the spiritual woo-woo stuff, but it's really depicting the same ish, to be clear, right? You might want to watch towards the end of that Loki series when they are going back through residual energy, resetting themselves back through residual energy to then ultimately, hopefully, have a different outcome in the timelines, because long story short, there were major shifts and changes and endings happening. And this is kind of all mentioned just to give you a picture of why the energy feels a little the way. I don't really want to like over magnify the chaos in it, but I really can't seem to find at this current moment a better word for it, because there is a lot of dust settling. Just the same as there's a lot of pruning and being ripped out of the miry clay, as it were. There's a lot of people right next to you. You break bread with them and they're not in that same frequency and or timeline, though they're at the kitchen table kind of stuff. And it can be really kind of mind numbing in the most not so fun sense or understanding of that ideation. All right. Not so blissful. I get it. However, nothing goes to waste. Okay. Just like how you can look back if you should choose to. All right. And think on some of the darkest times that you've already lived through. Even then, you still had some of the same questions, if not more. Even then, you still were working through some of the same fears, if not greater. Right? So you already doing that, chills on this, have shown to yourselves in a more tangible way than most are able to, that you got this, and that just the same divinity does back you and protect you. Yes, there were losses, some great, some small, right? Some that you would never have intended to happen, okay? We're not going to have all of the answers on this side of the veil. I can tell you that much. All right. So what are you going to do if you, and this is not me trying to necessarily play devil's advocate, but I do want to challenge you. What if, okay? Um, irregardless of what is in your history, right? What if you can't change that? Well, the good news is it's history, okay? And hear me out. If it's in the past, and it is, right? It doesn't really have to exist in your future because it doesn't really exist. All we have is the right now. And going back to the right now, there's those choices. Either we will or we won't. Either it's positive or it's negative. Either it's high vibes or it's low vibes. And so therein is the integration into whatever transition you're looking to make. For instance, many of you here today, I'm going to go out on a limb, and you look at your life and you go, I want more than this. Okay, no worries. Now that you know, what will you align your consciousness to? Well, you'd have to know what the version of you winning is. What do they look like, and how do they talk? What education might they have? What might they hide about themselves? What might they flaunt about themselves, right? You get to honor who you are now. All right, gone are the days in that old earth paradigm where it was like, you better be sure you're dimming your light because they might unalive you, right? Gone are those days. Please do not fall prey to the illusion. Again, please do not fall prey to the illusion. Okay? And so it's really important, I cannot say it enough, and it keeps coming through the channel, and you guys, I promise, to know exactly who you are, who backs you, your origin, and why. Because it's important that you know. Could you imagine if once again, not to word curse, but just to keep it real, once again, you didn't realize the power that you already are. You don't even have to possess it. You are it. How can you possess what you are? You just already are it first. Whatever the it is, whatever your truth about the it is, and your power of belief you choose to utilize about whatever the it is, or whoever the it is. I'm so serious, you guys. All right? Bring your consciousness to your origin. That's when you know you're operating out of your power. That's when you know you are flying above the storm to see it more clearly. That's wherein you find your clarity about picking your own battles, choosing when to stay and fight, or choosing when to flight and from afar love and light, right? So serious. Choosing you first in self-preservation, yes, but you're very important to this aspect of the timeline and dispensation. Freaking co-creating with source. Hello, with universe, right? Yeah, big stuff, okay? But this is a really integral part of the plan, of the strategy, of the blueprint, because we're talking new earth, beginning stages. So you are frontlines energy, okay? And again, you're built for this. You've just got to align to the truth of that so that you can do what you came to do here, and what you are contracted to do here all the more easier, because you deserve it to be as easy as it possibly can be. And even with it being as easy as it possibly can be, please understand it may not always seem like, sound like, feel like it is easy. And again, I state, please don't fall prey to the illusion. Whatever sacrifices you've made and are making and will make, they're not going to compare and measure to the reward. And again, I say, please don't be the one that isn't aware of your power and your birthright. Of course, that's inclusive of miracles. We talked about it again today. Keywords again today. Which means even today in the right now space, irregardless of your location, okay, you can what? Confidently expect a miracle while also laying claim to being said miracle. That's the power. That's the truth. All right. The frequency of the divine masculine supports your strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping to bring dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. is the way that you utilize its strengths. Okay. Really, all of this is talking about at this point, it's giving it's repetitive in nature. You know why you're here. Let's not pussyfoot around it. Act like it. Build like it. Believe like align with conscious effort like it. So that you, like the song says, can put it in the bag. All right. You got the bag. You got the ability to be strong enough to put stuff in it for self and others. Like, this is big stuff. And by self and others, of course, that's simultaneously inclusive of the divine, the ultimate strategist. All right. This is giving life purpose-ish. You really want to tap in and you really want to put your best foot forward here. All right. So your overall guidance here is go on ahead and paint the sun back into your sky. All right. This is you creating your sacred space, your utopia, whether you're guy, girl, what have you. Okay. Whether this particular painting of the sun tickles your fancy or not, you got yours to paint. All right. So interesting that you should be painting sun energy. All right. Really connecting back to that life force energy that divinity already has supplied you, birthed you out of, and keeps you resuscitated with. See how there's no severability here? No worries. Okay. And interestingly enough, this paint your sun back in the sky card has a beautiful beginning energy of that of number 11. All right, so you could have been seeing 9-11. You could have been seeing 1s and or 9s as well as 10-10 we talked about. Don't build a home, collective, that will come crumbling down if a single person walks out of the front door. When it comes down to it, we can't depend on other people to make us feel happy or fulfilled. The fact is, people are going to leave from time to time. And you're the only one who's guaranteed to stay in your world, in your utopia, in your lane. Okay? Take the time to find sources of joy outside of your loved ones, because you deserve happiness that lasts. You deserve the kind of happiness that you create. Okay. And so some of you may need to connect to a deeper purpose or a deeper sense of purpose, and really that could just be on the other side of a little tweak in your perception. All right. Nothing huge and ritualistic there. Okay. But let go of limiting beliefs, because if you don't, they're going to hold you back. I'm not here to word curse, but I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. Okay. Anything you're going through. Okay. You need to remind yourselves, bring yourselves back to center and know, yes, you can trust your intuition. Yes, you are divinely supported. And maybe you need to add these to your affirmations, or maybe you need to just think them a lot more. Okay. Whatever floats your boat there. Okay. You are not hopeful enough, some of you. Okay. And so really, I was in a webinar the other night by I believe the guy's name is Elliot Connie or Connie Elliott. Forgive me, I'm not exactly sure which one there. Pretty inspirational guy. And he was teaching about really, the clients that you're able to work with, really, they all come from a level, a measure of form of success. Okay. In spite of current energies, maybe being, again, to use this word, quite chaotic. Okay. And so with really trying to be focused on solution-based ideation, you can really assist most anyone with understanding that, hey, listen, at some points, yes, you did win. Yes, you did make the grade. Yes, you were chosen. Yes, something. You did something good. You did something great. And here's the stitch, you guys. Unless and until you get down to the nitty gritty with yourself to understand, yes, you did. Yes, you can. Yes, you can and will. Or yes, you can again. Excuse me. Yes, the divine did. Yes, the divine will again. Going back to that miracle energy. As you ruminate on that, you kind of push out some of the static, or dare I say, stagnancy from your energy, your auric field, etc. And this is a test of your faith as well as your resilience. How they might say in general course something to the effect of nothing good comes easy, right? That's really the most toxic version of what's going on here, though, to be clear. Okay, because if you have that mindset, which really, not gonna lie, kind of ran rampant in old Earth paradigm, right? But if you bring that kind of stuff into the new, gosh, you're shooting yourself in the foot, proverbially. Hopefully not literally, right, guys? So don't be that one. But know that anytime you are going through any kind of decision making, any kind of test or challenge, perhaps, okay, it's just a chance to try a different approach or strategy. And often the divine will force us into doing that when it's literally been time to do that. And so you just need to go on ahead and do that so that you don't hurt anymore. Okay, so that you can grow your skin back. Okay, so you can have your fingerprints, let go of the rope, kind of thing. All right. It's a reminder as well to embrace change as well as uncertainty. We're not here to know everything always and in all ways. So take the pressure off. You don't know something? Okay. Find out how to know it. If you don't know how to find out how to know it, okay. Pray on it. Put your petition out. And then on the other side of still not knowing it, when you know you've done everything, the way that somebody would if they wanted something bad enough, and if they were using their intuition to know when to fight for that or when to just believe that it's already worked out, okay? And it's a whole training zone, just what I just barely skimmed over surface level there. I get it, right? But again, a reminder to embrace change and uncertainty, because it is part of the path. It's part of the experience. So if you're going through any change and or uncertainty, you're essentially in alignment. Once you can see it that way, right, you just learn to understand the lesson so that you can release it and move on. All right. Now here's the sit, you guys. I forgot to make mention of this because, quite frankly, I set the cards aside. For those wondering, okay, you've been doing the work, you've been resonating with this message up to this point, and yet you are still wondering about, will someone come back? Are you and someone supposed to be together, kind of thing? I do have, now this is where it gets tricky because general collective, some people are not here for this at all. Others are here for this, and it ain't your person, it ain't your situation. So please, please use your intuition and ask your spiritual guidance team to confirm your intuition being correct, okay, on the other side of this, especially if you believe this resonates, okay? This is me not trying to give doom and gloom, but I'm trying to protect as well, because you know what? Who wants to get their hopes up, right? Who wants to be delusional without any benefit to the delusion, right? So there's that. Also, I love clarity, and I don't enjoy the spirit of confusion, so I don't invite it to my court, as it were. Okay, if I can help it, and often I help it. All right. But we have commitment, love, the sacred woman, chivalry, and manifestation coming out on the other side of that part where we talked about the gardener, okay? So if you resonate with doing this work, okay, maybe you are on a twin flame journey, maybe you're not. You're just like, listen, I've been working on me, okay? I'm ready now, kind of thing, right? Whether you know this person or not, there is commitment around the corner. And interestingly enough, I feel like I can safely share this card, okay? This love, I love this freaking love card because it's just you want it. This is exactly where you're supposed to be. This is how you know you've been doing the work. This isn't a card about a narcissist or an opportunist, right? So you don't have to fear being something that you're not. If anything, you should fear not getting to this point of integration, because that would be to your detriment. All right. Not that you should fear at all, but I'm just saying, make sense of it as you can, to know that you should be focusing inwardly. Okay. You should be focusing about how you treat yourself, how you talk about yourself and to yourself, or not. Right? Because some of you don't address yourselves at all. You look past the mirror and you're looking out the window, checking out a bird. You don't ever look over, and then you look over and you right, instead of smiling the way you deserve to, like, receive energy, especially if it's coming from you and divinity. Makes sense? Right? So honoring the sacred woman, okay, whether you're a guy or what have you, this is really talking about feminine type energy here, okay? You could often be described in your tarot readings here. I'm not unmindful as that of the Empress and or High Priestess and or Queen of Cups, okay? But you know, whoever I'm speaking to, and it makes sense because I literally have the best collective, you are very spiritually wealthy. Okay, whoever I'm speaking to, you maybe even have a craft about yourself. Okay, that you know, helps assist you and others. Whether you are a tarot reader or whether you are an herbalist, okay, whether you are just, you know, good in the kitchen kind of thing, you just put that love light energy into whatever you're making, producing, and sharing. Okay, and I need you to know this person, whether you know of them and are expecting them to essentially have to make a spin around the block again, and or maybe you've not met them, that's okay too. But what I really want to let the cat out of the bag about is this person is actually going to be chivalrous. Okay, it's like an old-timey term, I get that. Maybe this person is mature enough to actually have that in their vocabulary. All right, but this card says chivalry. But this person, whether guy, girl, what have you, is going to be a giver, not just a taker. Someone who allows you to maintain your sense of identity in spite of being connected to them, in spite of them being around you even, okay? This is not an energy vampire or a vampire of any sorts, to be clear, okay? This is not a setup. What this is on the other side of you choosing you, this is your actual manifestation in the one. All right, so now, whoever I'm speaking to, obviously, you would have been manifesting someone. If you weren't, this part of the message isn't for you, just to be clear, okay? And that's okay, all right? Because what I know in general and generic course is you can't really do the work on yourselves here, honey bun, for too long without getting some of those benefits and rewards. And of course, they are inclusive of love and loving connections. Okay, especially if you know on top of it you've been manifesting just that. That means you know you're worthy of just that and more. And the divine will most assuredly deliver. You've got to do your part just to garden and do you in the meantime, right? Which shouldn't be too hard since you're pretty awesome. And of course, you're lovable. All right. Listen, you want your Feihu experience or not? It's ready for you. Will you align to it, collective? And of course, you already have, most of you, if you're still with me. All right. That's what I have, collective. Thank you for waiting that out. The energy was coming in a little fast today. And your girl did not want to trip over her tongue any more than she already did. Okay, so sometimes when the channeling is like that, I just kind of got a flow. So forgive me, okay, if you feel like you were waiting too long. But guess what? I really appreciate you hanging out with me anyhow. How about that? All right. So let me see here. Let me scroll back. I gotta play catch up, you guys, and I don't think we have any mods in here at the moment. So here's the sitch. If at the end of this everybody's question is answered but yours, and you know you followed the live stream rules, you gotta let me know, because I'm not doing it on purpose. I just probably can't scroll all the way back to the beginning of the chat box because, long story short, I'm not able to while on the live stream. Okay, I can scroll back to a certain point. All right. Gee, I'm so glad that you are feeling amazing. Okay, let's see here. You're gonna be a pet sitting sign spinner. Eat me. Ooh. What are you gearing up for your own show here, Eat Me? You're gonna be on TLC as the pet. It's gonna say Sign Spinners Pet Edition. Like, that'd be cool. All right, so we gotta know. We gotta know. Why is that though? Justice at the bottom of the deck. Hold on, let me get a clarifier, because what is that? It's a pretty harsh contrast. All right, well, I have to say it this way, Eat Me. If you are feeling really nervous, you know what these swords mean. We talked about them last night, I feel, right? About the yes being a yes. then you need to know just the stands about your wish fulfillment, okay? But the other way I can read this, and this is the problem with the quick yes no's, forgive me, is that the answer could stand as no, right? And I will try to clarify at the end of this, but bear with. Sometimes I just have to get through this part to process it. And this could be ultimately wish fulfillment and justice on the other side of the rejection. All right, but let me see. Is that the case? Yes or no? Okay, so hold on one second, because it's giving me the same. Hold on. All right, let me get clear on my question here. Forgive me, Amy. Okay, so it was the latter. All right, so you're worried in your head, man, how are we going to get the 9 and the 8 of Swords? Amy, you got to calm down the mental space. I don't know if you have too much caffeine in your system or something. Ooh-wee. So justice stands, and what you really want is the situation that it's going to be. All right, but please calm down that mental space, because I don't know that the energy would stand that way, right? Just utilize your strength, eat me, okay? You can believe in miracles for you too, right? Even if you're thinking something like that is a miracle, which maybe it's not. Ooh, synchronicity. Okay, let me see here. Love and light, you guys. Gosh, everybody's showing up and showing out today. Love and light, Valencia, if I had not yet said that, babe. Okay, now let me see here. Love and light, Latoya. Okay, let me see here. So, Latoya, I'm going to ask that you read the live stream rules, babe, okay? And here's why. I'm not picking on you. I need you to know them, because as more people gather, I'm most assuredly going to overlook your question. And I don't want that for you. And I don't want you to feel like, oh, everybody but Latoya, right? So... for now and into the future, because hopefully you're coming back, right? Having some more fun with your girl, that you don't get skipped over. So I'm just going to ask you to please go on ahead and check the description box, all right, below the video, and scroll down to what is entitled live stream rules, okay? Latoya and anyone else who's yet to do that, all right? Because I don't want to be skipping over you guys. And I'm here to read your cards. So it's not that. I just, I need order. So I'm not skipping over you guys, and then there's like hurt feelings and ish, because I don't want that. All right. Okay, now let me see here. Let me scroll back up. I lost my chat box. Like, what is going on? I hit something, I guess. Yikes. Okay, Geet. Will you ever get to meet Prashant in person? Okay, Geet. Let's see here. Aww. Wow, we had the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups come out here, Geet. So I'm seeing with the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck talking about delayed messages. And when I went to lay the deck down, the Five of Wands, which talks about like struggle, right? There could be some delay in like, okay, you know, desired timeline is this, and maybe it really doesn't line up until like a little over here, perhaps, right? Months later or a year later, perhaps, right? But I really do see you guys actually being able to sustain the connection once meeting. So it's giving, it's worth it. All right. But ultimately, these are your yes cards coming out, okay, which stand for the overall energy. Congratulations to you, Geet and Prashant, okay? Yeah, a lot of delays. I'm sorry, but you know what, Geet? If I've learned nothing else, okay, about delays, you, and I was talking to somebody about this earlier today, you most assuredly get more than, like, if you, let's say it this way, if you had to wait, you know, a long time to get back your $100, or, you know, what rubles or whatever, you know, I don't know what actual money to say here, I guess, but in US dollars, okay, $100, and you had to wait. Then you had to wait an inordinate amount of time, which is like, it's crazy that you had to wait that long, irregardless of the reasoning, blah, 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 behind it, okay? You're going to get more than that $100, okay? And so you can think of it as interest, right? It will help you with your patience. It's like, okay, this amount of delays, yeah, it's going to be, oh, it's going to be so great. It's great. I'm claiming it now. We are happily married, or, you know, whatever it makes sense to plug in there. And that's part of your journey. It's part of you learning how to progress in your manifestation abilities as well. So when you look at it that way, it's kind of way less of a sacrifice and simply and solely an aggravation. Okay? Keep going, and you got this, Keith. No worries. Okay? Latoya, you, oh my gosh, so I don't have any mods on here. So you would look at the bottom of the description, or excuse me, you would look at the bottom of the square or the rectangle you're looking at. You might want to click on the title. Depending on the device, I'm not exactly sure how to say the instructions. Does anybody else know how to say it? I'm like, I don't know. I wish I had something just to flash on the screen here. But if you can definitely subscribe here. Okay, hit the like on the video. Please and thank you, Latoya. And at that point, as long as you're asking a yes or no question and you have subscribed and hit the like, all right, then I got you. But you need to place that question into the chat box in all capital letters so that I know that's the code, right? For this is a question. All right. Because we got a lot, some nights we get on here, we're pretty chatty, you know what I mean? And I love that. I love when you guys come on and love and light each other. So you've been subscribed and didn't know the rules. I don't know how that happened, babe, but you got to catch up, because the next live stream, you might get skipped over and you're going to be saying, Love did it on purpose. That's not the case. You just have to know the rules. Okay. So that I can do what I come to do with a lot more ease, you guys. I'm not trying to work just hard. I will work hard anyway, right? We already know this. I'm working on not working so hard. So thank you for helping your girl out while I help you, okay? As best way I can say it. You guys, if you're not yet aware, we are monetized officially as of this week, okay? So please be mindful. We will be having more people, especially on the live streams when I'm giving free tarot away. Here's a moderator. Yay, Sean. Thank you. Welcome. Latoya is having some issues with the live stream rules and finding the description box. So I'm not sure if you have a better way to say things. I went down all the steps. And Latoya here says she's been subscribed but didn't know any of the live stream rules. I don't know how that happens. I apologize that happened that way. But you guys, we are monetized, and so a lot more of us are going to be gathering. At least it's my intent, right? And so you can call me a stickler for the rules if you want to. Really, it's me protecting you, because I don't want to be the one that's always skipping your free tarot freebie question, okay? It's not that I'm here not to read your cards, right? Obviously, hello, okay? But you guys need to follow the rules so that I can get on here and with a lot more ease. You guys saw me, even with the channeling today, it was coming in pretty fast. Once the channeling's open, I can get downloads like that and be talking to you at the same time. I need you guys to help me help you while I do what I do for you, okay? Long story short, I'm doing a lot, okay? So thank you for doing your part in it. Because it's not nearly as fun without you, and it's a lot more work without you, if I do say so myself, okay? So thank you for tips and donations. Check the description box there for that info too. I accept them. My readings are open. You could book a reading. I got you, okay? Just let me know, okay? I'm hearing crickets, so, you know, it is what it is. This too shall pass. But again, you guys, no you know, bending the rules on leniency regarding the live stream rules, because I really do need to understand what's going on quickly in the chat box that I can't always visibly see. It's lovely fun sometimes. I tell you that much. But it is what it is, okay? So you guys, the bell has rung. If you have questions and you are still eligible for your free yes, no, plug it in, all right? Just follow the rules. All right, said Chatty Patty. Country. Chatty Patty, that's funny. That's so funny. Let's wait, what you mean? You gotta come back every time now, see? No, let me stop. No, I get it. You guys have different schedules. All I'm saying is, we gotta help these people find the live stream rules somehow. I don't really know if anybody has any more suggestions, what more I could do. I posted in the community board. People are saying, "What's the community board?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to remedy that, because it's not like it's a setup, you guys. Like I just thought, oh, let me just, you know, be evil and ask of the collective something that's so darn hard to do. I do want it to be easy for you guys. I'm just not exactly sure why I haven't been able to hit that on the money at the moment, but I would love to, because I would love it if you guys checked out your girl's song, which is on most streaming platforms, called Put It in the Bag. And if you enjoy the vibes in the background that you've been hearing for quite some time now, there's that song, just saying, okay? What else is in there? We've got the links for the other platforms, social media pages, and Facebook group. You guys, literally, I tried to make it easy and just, boop, you just click right on it. You're just zoomed on in there, you know. So definitely would love a lot more interaction from you guys if you've yet to do that. And I invite you to give feedback, you know, if you feel necessary. We're doing this together. I'm not mindful of that. So if there's anything I can do to make it all the more easier, just the way I ask of you guys, you should be able to freely ask, you know, on your end as well. Okay, so please check the description box, because your girl's email's in there. You know what I mean? You can ask a question, book a reading. All right, so serious. I don't mind. Okay. However, eat me with the dream interpretation. You know what? I'm like, am I like, did I lose the? I don't know. Your dreams are just so, not to call you out, but I don't know. Like, I'm still meditating. And usually with dreams, I feel like I'm pretty like on the money. Like, oh, this means that. That's representative of that. But, whew, met my match with you, eat me. I tell you what. I was like, I don't even know. I still don't even know what to say. I promise if I get something to say that offers clarity to anything that you sent me, you will be the first. Well, you'll be the second to know. I'll be the first to know, and then because I still have questions that I know I am still looking for answers for you for. All right. So let's see. Does anybody have any? I got a question. Who got a question? You got a question, Latoya? You got a question? Anybody? Country? Did I get you? Did I want to make sure I don't skip over anybody before I skedaddle off here now. To be clear, right? Then you're all like, did it on purpose. All right, I see you, Country. Let me see. I got to this. Love and Light, Bluebird. I didn't even see you come in. Okay. And Lisa M, I see. Okay. So let's pick up with Lisa M, because Geet was last, I think, that we had gone over. All right. Would it be a good idea to take the offer? Moving into the room. Okay, let me see here, Lisa. Okay. Oop. Hold on a second. Okay. No, it would not. I'm getting that there is either some miscommunication or misunderstanding about the communication either on the end between your mom and grandma and or you. Okay. And I'm putting it kind of lightly because I'm not here to just like go in on anyone or their mama, but literally the reason why I had to check on that was because the Seven of Swords was at the bottom of the deck, okay? And what had came out was like, yeah, great idea, Major Arcana, Divine Assistance, Breakthrough, Miracle, right? Which does speak of abundance. Now that very much does stand for you, okay? But in checking, is that even connected to Grandma or that room? And I got a no, okay? Interestingly enough, the bottom of the deck, after picking up the Seven of Swords, was really giving homestead energy with that Four of Wands, okay? And in clarification of the lies, trickery, deceit, etc., I do have the Lover's card, which I cannot show you all the way, right, but just so that you can see, which does speak to the energy of Gemini, which may be some significance, but not really. This is talking about communication, and with that communication card simultaneously was the Mother card, the Empress card. I don't know any other way to read that. I'm not coming for your mama, babe. Just letting you know what I see in the cards, because I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. All right? Much love and light, babe. But you do have that abundance energy around you and afforded unto you to tap in. So if you have never heard of this documentary style movie, The Secret, it's based on the law of attraction, you can definitely take a look at that. It's like an hour and a half. It's free here on YouTube. No, I'm not affiliated, but I know that it works, right? Just to get you into the aligned energy with that divine breakthrough assistance all the more, okay? And really, I'm talking about your believability that it exists for you. You don't really have to do much else. It'll fall into play. All right, don't give up. Okay. So let's see here. So you guys, you get one free yes, no on the live stream, right? So like if I go live like another time in the same day, you get another free reading during that other live stream, to be clear, okay? Now, if you guys want something answered quickly for you on the live, we could talk about that, but that's going to cost you. No, let me stop. It's not free. It's not even going to cost you. It's just not free, all right? I'm glad you found it, though. Thank you, babe, for looking. Because like I said, next time I want you to just come on and like do what you got to do, and then I do what I got to do, and it's no worries. Love and light, divine lovely. Okay. Oh, only the owner can pin. I'm sorry. I gotta figure that out. Okay, let's see here, divine lovely, about possible eviction. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, what did you say? So Latoya, which question do you want me to just take the first? Oh no, I'm so sorry, not Latoya. Okay, divine. Oh, that was Latoya. Okay, I see. Hold on a second. I got the chat box moved on me, guys. All right, so this is divine lovely. I promise. We're talking about your question regarding this apartment. Okay. Forgive me. I was like, where are we? And then, like, I swear the screen jumped and I did not touch it. I'm like, what? Yikes. Oh, I see you are definitely... I'm not coming for you. I get why all the swords energy, right? Interestingly enough, that's that same Seven of Swords talking about deception, lies, trickery. You might want to watch what you say to anybody right now. There could be people around you disguised as friends that are trying to get a leg up on their situation. So I wouldn't say nothing to nobody that I didn't have to say, and I wouldn't let them see nothing that they don't have to see. I see some angelic assistance, specifically Archangel Michael. I had to like re-clarify because, again, I was already looking at the Seven of Swords, which flew out, as well as the, what is this, the 8 or the 9? Yeah, the 8 of Swords, okay? And I gave you the message that I got through the channeling about keeping your mouth, you know, just stay in your lane kind of thing. And Archangel Michael's sword, or the Ace of Swords here, confirmed that that's true. That advice is sound, which led me to clarify again. I mean, I got the no for the Page of Swords as to will you actually be evicted. So long story short, the only yes I have here is regarding Archangel Michael's sword, which is very much for you, not against you. And other than that, we've got a maybe, all right, which won't stand when you got 2 no's. Okay. And an ace of support for that to be a no. Okay. So what will you believe? Okay. You really need to calm your mental state. I know that's something that sounds like ludicrous to say, like, what are you talking about? Right? But you need to tap into the right now. Right now, all is well. Right now, you have access to that place. Right now, you have a roof over your head. You are grateful. You can place your petition in spiritual form, whether that's a prayer, whether that is, you know, affirmations, however you subscribe here, whatever works for you. After you make your request about this, and or if you've already made your request about this to not be the case, that you not actually experience eviction, then you need to, instead of praying that same request or, you know, affirming out of fear, right? Like, oh, I hope it works. Like, oh, you know, I get to stay here. No, like you need to resolve yourself. And here's the delusion that's going to benefit you. Okay. Instead of the one that you might be rocking with in that mental space, which goes any second now. Who's at the door? What's that noise? Is it going to happen today? Okay, takes probably at least the same amount of energy, if not less, to delusion yourself into understanding and allowing your central nervous system to understand, like, we are safe. We are divinely supported. Okay? And just believe. And as long as you show up for everything you need to show up for, if that's applicable, and as long as you maintain your own energy about that and not, I'm not actually saying as long as you can see exactly how it works out. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say as long as you know exactly who to call about, but I didn't say that. Right? And that's the test. That's the lesson. And therein is the blessing. Okay? Because you guys make sense of this how you will, but haven't you already lived out so much you shouldn't have? Like literally, logically. Right? So what of it now? You know, and I get it. It's like, what do you mean, what of it? Like, this is literally like shelter. I know. That's why I'm telling you the cheat code. To maintain your stability in spite of the projected outcome. Okay? Do your part. Please, if you did not actually take part in today's session, rewind that, okay? Because we really spoke about a timely message for you and anyone connected to this collective, okay? Yes. You need to, yeah. Because what I got, Divine Lovely, it's funny you mentioned the rent. I got, you know how like, shoot, should I say that word? Hold on. You know that old adage of like blanks dig ditches kind of thing, right? So, you know, the first part of that, I have to speak in code because we're monetized now. So, you know, there's that caliber of people before the ditch is necessary, perhaps, right? You know that what they were doing, they were telling what they were seeing, but why? Because the motive is to save themselves. So the motive is to keep them housed, right? The motive is to swap destinies, and you don't have to allow for that. So shut it down, call back your energy, give back any you took knowingly and or unknowingly, because it happens. Simple conversation and eye gaze, exchange. That's why it's really important that we do gather here often so we can have pleasant exchanges, healing exchanges, you might say, right? You're not getting that from one exchange to the next necessarily, are you? Not in those streets. Have you checked lately? Just saying. So serious, okay? So I do see the cycle closing out for you about all of this. And you could, in fact, ultimately relocate, okay? The place could be a little bit smaller, but it's going to be near a lot more opportunities, inclusive of money-making opportunities, okay? So it's giving a leg up, a stepping stone. All right. So what of it? Take the fear out of the situation and don't create a reality about the situation that you don't want to experience. Okay. That's why we often talk about here, you know, fear is a robber. It is not your friend. It is a down payment for something you don't want to take part of. And you don't deserve it. Okay. And I know it's easier said than done, but try again until you get great at not having to try. You just live freely in spite of the projections. Can't guarantee you that there won't be other reasons to wonder, ask what ifs perhaps, right? Can't sit here and blow smoke up anywhere and say that, you know, perhaps you'll never again be triggered or concerned. How would we learn and grow while we're here? Which is definitely very much why we're here. Makes sense? Sounds like you're right on course to learn some beautiful lessons, which include how much you are divinely supported, in spite of those mofos. All right? Those karmic energies. All right. And so you're very welcome, divine lovely, excuse me. All right, so we did do Latoya's first question, to be fair, okay? And so I think that catches us up. Sean, do you have anybody I skipped by any chance? Am I... Love and Light, Fiona, is that you? Hey, Fiona. Love and Light. Okay, so do you guys have questions, mods? Anybody? Because if not, I'm going to hop off. Your girl's spitzing. It's hot in here, and I can't wait to turn that fan back on. Okay, let's see her country. Did you make a choice here, country? Is that it? You made a final choice? You know what? He could be calling soon. Or you could be calling him soon. If you're wondering if this person ever wonders about, like, wouldn't it just be easier to just give you up, the idea of you and them up? Absolutely not. I don't know if this person would feel that they could. The cards that I am looking at, okay, to be clear, I mean, even if there's an apology owed here, it's here if you want it, if you need it, or, you know what I mean? Which is given a yes, but also just as strong of a yes is the Four of Wands, and just as strong of a yes is the Ten of Pentacles. On the other side of the Ten of Pentacles, I'm looking at the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands, okay? I'm also looking at 10 and 4. They speak to essentially, you know, putting in the work to make it work. It does work. It would work very well, in case you wondered. You know, hindsight is such a blessing because it's always 20/20. But this feels like I'm tapping into hindsight if you choose that. And again, I ask, did you make a choice? Because maybe you shouldn't have the talk until you have. Because how unfair would that be? Overarching energy, of course, is yes, right? There could even be talk of relocating, moving in together, perhaps. Shuffle the deck and Justice is at the bottom. I was guided to a whole new deck for you, country. Just to be clear. Red Skies, I need you to know I freaking almost said Red Kiss. I almost said it again. What the freak is that? Welcome back, Red Skies. We are doing the questions. Yes, according to the live stream rules, babe, pop it in. That's so funny. I almost said Red Kiss again after all of that. That's so funny. It's like imprinted in my... So, Latoya, we did. You got to scroll back. You must have left, babe. You must have left. That's a shame. Your girl was going hard too. Oh, sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with mine. Yeah, I answered your first question, Latoya, and then I think you added like 2, maybe 3 more in there, but you get 1 per live stream. So to be clear, I only answered the 1, which was the first one I found in the chat box when I scrolled back, Latoya. Much love and light. So yep, you're welcome, you guys. I don't mind giving the freebies. Don't make me work any harder on them though. Just say. If I gave everybody 5 questions a live stream, golly, I'd really be sweating, I think. Thank you, Sean, for putting in the payment info. Love that. Appreciate it. And let me make sure I didn't skip over anybody. So, Latoya, I promise if you scroll back, I got you. I had you, girl. Where were you? Okay. Okay, let's see here. So you're going in and out. Okay. So I don't recall, babe. And Latoya, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to lie to you, babe. I don't do that. I don't remember. I went through a lot on the last channeling, and I sometimes can hold it, you guys. Sometimes I really can. But I'm not going to lie to you, baby. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I had even gone from one deck to the next after that, so I don't have it held that I'm aware of. If that changes, I could let you know. But you guys, that's really why, you know, if you ask a question, I need you to stick around, because I'm not here, you know what I mean, to just kind of like do anything more than what I'm here to do. And I do my best, you guys. You do test me on this quite often. What was my answer? And blah, blah, blah. You know what? Find it. You know, I believe in you. That's why you got the free reading. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, guys. I don't have timestamp capabilities. We just got monetized, so thank you for watching those ads and sharing the videos to assist us with really populating that algorithm, so that you guys can get more freebies. Okay? It's really a win-win situation, I promise. Yes, you have to do a little bit of the work, because I'm not here for those that don't. And that's okay too. I'm totally okay with that. All right. So, to be clear, you don't have to follow the rules here, but you got to follow the rules if you want the freebies. Okay? Long and the short of it. I tried to make it easy, you guys. Okay. So you posted only 1 question. Let me just see here. Unless there's 2 Latoyas with purple hearts, right? Let me see here. Because now I'm confused. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? There can't be 2 Latoyas with... Yeah, because we were even talking. You're like, I don't be on here much. That's why you didn't know the rules, right? And... let's see. So, okay, but even if you're posting in caps, like I'm reading it, I need you guys to know, when Latoya said, liked 3, do my baby father, Tay, think about me. And that was at, what time was that? 4:33 p.m. I had already answered that question. I'm so serious, you guys. I'm so serious. So, Love and Light Osiris. So, Red Skies, if you got a question, babe, put the question into the chat. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my freaking thing is like crapping out on me. Oh my god, annoying. So, Lisa M, here's the sitch. I don't know if I can't see your question because it doesn't allow for me to scroll all the way to the top. So once so much has been said in the chat box, I don't have access during the live stream to the whole entire chat box. Love and light, M, Grace. And so Lisa M, here's the sitch. I went hard for you too, just the same. I'm like, are y'all not hearing me, or are y'all leaving? Because Lisa M, I had to talk about your mama. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you would have, if you were around, you would have. And I'm not talking about your mama again, because I don't know exactly how it was said word for word in the channeling, and I don't have the cards. So please scroll back, you guys. This is what happens if you leave me. And I need you to know, I'm here doing my part the whole time, though. Like, just to be clear. And it hurts a little bit, not gonna lie, because I'm going hard for you guys, right? On a free yes, no. And then I question, should I not do that then, if I'm going through it on the strength of me doing what I came to do for y'all, because y'all are not here when I do it? Like, maybe I have to meditate on this, I guess. This is just me being transparent. I'm working through this on a live stream. It's real interesting. It's real interesting. So Lisa M, scroll back. I promise I'm not lying when I say I read your cards, multiple. All right. And Osiris, welcome. I'm just going to ask for you to just briefly again check the live stream roles. All right. I know you're subscribed here, but unless you were paying for the reading, to put I want a love reading is not appropriate according to the live stream roles. Just to be clear, not me picking on you. I just need you guys to be aware of the rules, because we are growing here, right? And what I'm not trying to do is skip over you guys and make you feel left out and make you feel like I don't want to read your cards. So thanks for helping me help you, because it's for you. I'm here to help, okay? But you guys have to follow the rules. I don't know how else to say it. And you know what? I don't even want anybody to be sorry or feel any kind of way. What I don't want is for you guys to get skipped over, feel some sort of way. Like, I don't know how else I can say that part, but like, I'm not lying. Like, I don't want you to feel bad, and I don't want you to be sorry. I do want you to follow the rules. And that's okay. And you don't have to, right? All I can ask is that you do. And if you don't, you just don't get a reading. Whoop-de-doo, right? I mean, you know, that's cool too, I guess. If you want to be in that kind of energy, I don't know. So Latoya, you should scroll back, and Lisa M, you should scroll back. All right. Let's see, Bluebird, about your flexible full-time job. That's a yes. Okay, might be anywhere between now and 4 months from now. Okay. I do see once you find the job, the offer comes in quick, whatever that makes sense to you about. Okay. So like, meaning like once you learn of an opportunity, okay, and or once one, however it works out, is afforded unto you, I do see you kind of like integrating quite nicely, them working you like kind of immediately, and it being worth the wait. Okay. So please get out of heartbroken energy, okay, because you're gonna delay the inevitable. And the inevitable is what? Change, yes, but change for the better. Okay. It's not a doom and gloom message, even with the waiting. Okay. So you got to work about the conflict of inside. Okay. You got to check about the conflict you have within yourself. Okay. Because that is kind of part and parcel why you're going through some of these struggles. Not in the sense of, oh, it's all your fault and you deserve them, but in the sense of, please make sure to check, to choose to not make things any worse by, you know, some of those negative thinking thoughts staying around a little longer than they should. Okay, because that's going to hurt way more than it would be to remain positive and to remain calm in spite of not seeing or knowing how or when the change. All right, just know you are worthy, and because you exist, it's already well underway. Okay, but claim it now so that you have it in your tomorrows. Okay. All right, let me see here. So that's what I have for Bluebird. Okay, let's see about YP. Ooh, as long as you're impressed, M. Grace, who cares? once you get to that level of self-love, right? It's not even arrogance. I'm so serious, right? Like once you know, like, man, I put this on for me and look how like I know I love it on me, right? And then you add that confidence that we were talking about even earlier on this live stream. The rest is history. But we got a very passionate Wandy type of yes, okay? Which tells me he won't be the only one. Ooh. All right. Um, okay, let's see here. Red skies. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. We got a yes. All right. I do see there was some issue. And I don't know if the issue was connecting to needing money for parts or maybe some aspect of the parts, like what was the problem. But in spite of that delay, which really feels like it's in past tense energies, obviously, all of the other cards, and they are the Six of Wands, which in and of itself speaks to success, is a yes. Okay, Page of Pentacles, yes, same deal. And the Three of Wands, a yes nonetheless. Okay, we've got King and Queen of Pentacles talking about yes and yes. Okay, so rest assured, it's already taken care of. Okay, just let that settle in and confidently receive it. Okay, it seems like it took an ordeal to get to that point, though, so I get it. I'm not like trying to throw shade on the situation. First of all, just to be out of you know, something that in normal course you rely on is quite like I get that. So no judgment, only love and light, of course. Okay, so all right, yeah, I hear you, Latoya. I'm here too. No worries. Okay. Let me just see something really quick. Because now I'm like, Latoya, did you scroll back 26 minutes and maybe some odd seconds? Did you scroll back that far in this live stream? Because right before 4:33 is when I had addressed my understanding that you were asking another question at that time. And I had again advised the collective that you get one freebie per live stream. And I told you I scrolled back to the post of that particular comment. It was 4:33 in time. Okay. But even if you scroll back about 26 minutes, which I can't do without interrupting the live stream, quite unfortunately, or I would. I almost tried, then I realized, oh, I can't do that. But since you're still here, right? You posted one time. That is so odd. Okay. Well, here we go. It's a yes. Okay. Whatever disappointment is in the past, let it sit there. Okay. And I feel like with the Queen of Cups coming out on the other side of it, you know that already. So hopefully that was worth your wait. My apologies on the confusion. But yeah, that's really interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna investigate this myself because I don't know what that was about. No shade on you, Latoya. I'm just really trying to figure out what the heck happened there. But it might be because I can't see the full chat box, so I can't in real time scroll far enough. And here's the sitch. The moderators weren't on the live stream from the beginning, so I don't really know how that ferrets in time. And that's just me trying to afford you clarity, because I don't want you to feel like I just called you out. But, hey, Not perfect, to do the best I can, and I feel like I'm okay with that. So please, Latoya, don't take any offense. You know why? Offense is a blessing blocker, and I'm not here to do that, to be clear. Pardon my ignorance if it, in fact, lies with me. I'm not a mindful. I'm not perfect. All right, you guys, I'm going to hop off. It's been real, and I love you. And please know the rules for next time so we can clean that up, because I'm not trying to hear talking about... I'm so tired of being here talking about y'all not following the rules. And more times than not, when I say that, it's really a thing. It's not me being delusioned. So, I want to come on here, and I want to have a great time. Like, every time. And I think maybe I have to do some sort of, I don't know, like freaking PowerPoint on how to find the description box, you guys. If you have any ideas, shoot them in to my email, please and thank you. Because I really don't want to go through this. And I don't want people to feel like they're called out. And I don't like confusion. So, definitely will be going back to the drawing board on that one. And maybe if I have like a video link that says, here's how, like, you know, with me with the pointer, like, can you please click on this kind of thing? Maybe it's like an instructional video. That might be, but are we even able to put links into the chat? I'm not even sure. And here's the thing, I can't even type anything into the chat box. You guys are saying I can pin stuff, but I don't have the ability to like reply or hit. I have the ability to report, block. And I do want to get these things worked out because, you know, I don't want to be on here wasting people's time on the live streams with or my own, right? So does anybody know you can post links, you think? Okay. So I'm just going to have to make a freaking instruction. I feel like the other tarot readers don't have to make instructional videos, but they're not giving away free readings either. Is that the issue? like, is that it? You know what I mean? Like, am I just giving too much? Cause shoot, tip jar empty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's real interesting. Maybe that's why they don't do that. I love and like my collective though. I don't want to like be that one. It's not even about the money, but the order definitely has to be part of what we do here, because it's just not going to go over well. It's just not. And I definitely want to come on and just do what I'm here to do. I don't want to do all the logistics, like, please, can you check again? Like, you're, and I can't play favorites even intentionally or unintentionally as well. So, you know, doing the best I can, guys. If you have suggestions, please find the box, okay? And shoot your girl an email, because I'm not mindful that you guys maybe have better ideas than I do at times. It's a thing. We're doing this together. Makes sense, okay? And some of these points, forgive me, I wanted to address during our last moderator meeting, which this kind of now feels like this is turning into, but wasn't able to get us together, which is also something I've got to go back to the drawing board about. So bear with your girl. Definitely a lot of changes going on, you know. Me too. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for your tips, donations, your subscribes, your sharing the video, your telling a friend. And of course, thank you for not giving up. Okay. If you take nothing else away from this entire session, thank you for not giving up. Much love and light, collective.